How we doing again? All right. Um, I'm glad to, or I'm proud to bring forth to you tonight the Golden Knights of Las Vegas. Now, I've done a little segment about the Golden Knights season being postponed at the T-Mobile Arena, and I believe I've done 2 videos of that. If you look hard enough in my video collection, you'll find it. But now, guess what? The NHL is back. The Golden Knights are back. And I'm finally able to talk more in depth about the Golden Knights as they are going to resume their season. Okay, the season is going to resume August 1st, and it's going to last about 2 months. I think they should commence the Stanley Cup finals probably by the end of September. And that being said, they are going to start their training camp as right now as we speak. When I say they, many of the hockey teams and so forth, they're going to start their own training camps so they can get warmed up again and get accustomed to playing hockey again, where they have been, or the hockey teams has been, the season has been postponed for about 4 months amid the COVID-19. Okay, but again, now they're back. And that being said, Vegas was a hub city, or they had considered that as one time for the hub city for the playoffs, and they wanted to consolidate all the teams, all 24 teams in one area. And I like to say about the teams, there's more teams than that, but I guess it's consolidated because number one, money, and number two, I guess they had to figure out a way to cut the season short by making choices to put 24 teams in there so they can tailor make it into a 2-month playoffs, so they can have this done by a certain time so they can worry about the World Series and football. So it's all a schedule. So that being said, I want to play this video about the camp starting back up in Las Vegas.
Months to the day since Golden Knights players, coaches, and staff have all been together at City National Arena. Today was day 1 of training camp, and while camp can be a grind for most players, they say this camp is no ordinary training camp.
It's good to get back here. It was a good first day, so guys are excited. It feels like the first day of school. Today felt pretty easy, honestly. I mean, our whole team, the whole almost 30 players have been here for almost 4 weeks now. So, I mean, we've been preparing really well with Mish, and yeah, I think the team looks good.
31 of the 33 players on the Golden Knights training camp roster were on the ice. The lone exceptions, Marc-Andre Fleury, who was taking a maintenance day, and 19-year-old Peyton Krebs, who's in the final day of a quarantine. The rest of the guys were split up into 2 groups, each starting with normal practice drills we'd see anytime during the season, followed by a lively 5-on-5 scrimmage.
Speaking for most guys, just trying to get their timing back, find that rhythm that you have throughout the season when you're playing every other day. So, it's a long time off for most guys, for everyone, but I think it's been really beneficial for being here for phase 2 and having all the guys here trying to get settled.
Today may have been day 1 of training camp, but it didn't feel like it for the players. The Golden Knights were one of the few teams in the league that had nearly their entire roster in town during phase 2.
I think right now we have an edge because we've been doing like small practices for quite a few weeks now. So I think right now we're kind of like, when you start back, you're a little sore, like in the hips, the groins, and stuff like that. You get a little sore, but we've been through that already, and we're already ready and scrimmaging. So I mean, it's all about getting that game speed back. And day 1 of training camp, we were right into the scrimmages. So I mean, it's good, I think, and I think in the long run, it's going to pay off. It just shows how dedicated and our team is ready for the big playoff push that I believe we can do.
The Golden Knights are back at it tomorrow at City National Arena, and then a week from Sunday, they leave for their hub city in Edmonton. That's the latest with the Golden Knights. I'm Vince Sapienza, Fox 5 News Local, Las Vegas.
All right, so much for that.
It's all about
these guys,
and your satisfaction.
let me stop this here. These guys, I guess they claimed that it seemed like it wasn't that hard, so they must have either had their own workout regimen, or they must have been playing like little scrimmage games against each other and maybe in different places and so forth. So it doesn't seem as hard when you're able to get back. So I guess it's just, the rest of it is trying to get that game and that playoff speed. They've already been to the finals before. Okay, in 2018 they lost. I believe it was in 6 to the Washington Capitals. So they know what winning is all about. And that being said, I never knew that the Golden Knights were first place. I believe it's the Pacific Division in hockey. And I will start getting more abreast in hockey. I'm more of a football, basketball type of guy, boxing. I was a competitive basketball player myself. So I'm going to get to learn that these possessions in hockey and more about it and so forth, some of the terminology. I do know it's 5-on-5. Okay, 5 players on offense and 5 players on defense, and they have 33 people on their squad. I do know that. So I'll learn as I'm doing this channel and so forth, and I make more and more coverage videos about the Golden Knights. Again, Las Vegas was a hub city, and that was voted out. Okay, but they are going to be playing their game in Edmonton, Canada. Okay, and I had a video on that. Let me see. This is acting real slow because I have some other videos playing, downloading and so forth. So let me see here. Okay. Yeah, I'm going to have to pause this and I'll be right back to that. The round robin site here, so these must be a few scrimmage games here. Okay, right here. I'm just looking at this some of these articles of the deal to play in Edmonton was a result of a 4-year CBA extension plan. So this is basically where it's bargaining agreement between the players and the owners in here. They have that in the NFL. They completed theirs this year. And I don't know when the NBA is going to do theirs, but I believe that the last one they've done is like 2016. Okay, something like that. So what I was looking for here was they was doing a like a little playoff thing here I wanted to show, and they don't have that. Okay, but I'm gonna get to that video, and I'll get to the playoff, the little playoff scheme here in a minute. To get a nice image of the playoff bracket for this year. Okay, I don't know what some of these teams are. I believe if you look at the top left, that's the St. Louis, I believe, Blues against Chicago. I'm not sure what number 9 is. I believe it's Toronto, I think. Up on the upper right, it's Boston and Toronto. That's obvious. I don't know what number the 9th seed is. It may be Columbus. Okay, I've heard about that team. If you look at 4, okay, Dallas against the Oilers. You have number 6 and number 3. Okay, I don't know what number 6 is, but the 3rd seed is Vegas Knights. I'm not sure what the 11th seed is, and I don't know what these guys are down here in the bottom left. I don't know those teams, but I will learn. In the upper right, the Bruins against the Maple Leafs. 4-5, the Philadelphia Flyers, and this might be the Pittsburgh Penguins. And I think 12 is obviously Chicago. Okay, I'm not sure. Okay, 3 and 6, I don't know what they, but I do know 11 is the New York Rangers, and you have the New York Islanders 7, and then number 2 and the 10th seed. I'm not sure what that is. So this is or results to a 24 team series here, and it looks like it's going to be a playoff within a playoff, like a playoff within a bracket. So let's say if you look at the where I have my cursor at, okay, on the upper left hand side, so Chicago and this team may end up playing off first, and then the winner will end up playing St. Louis Blues, and so on and so on and so on, okay, until they get down to one team, okay, and they'll end up playing down to the championship, and at the end of the day, there's one champion. Find the article about the new, or the city that was selected to play in the NHL hockey. That's Edmonton and Toronto, and Toronto is probably where they're going to play the Final Four and probably the Stanley Cup championship. But for the most part, well, I want to say the NBA is going to be doing the same thing too. With, I believe it's an 18 playoff down in Orlando, and it's quarantined and everybody is in a bubble. So I want to play this article. This is from City News Edmonton, so we can hear the people's thoughts on that.
Well, it's being called the worst-kept secret in the NHL, but after weeks of waiting, it's official. The Stanley Cup playoffs are a go, and Edmonton will be a hub city.
We need hockey. Edmonton's a hockey town. Cannot wait.
Are you excited?
Yeah, woo!
The news became official on Friday after owners and players agreed to a 4-year deal extension to the league's collective bargaining agreement, which includes back-to-play safety protocols. Now, even though this is a boost for fans and the economy, some say the NHL should have waited longer until COVID-19 was more under control.
A bit of risk is there, right? You should just wait for another, let's see how things go.
And there are others who are not sure how to even react.
I think I have mixed emotions like everybody else. I mean, everybody's wanting to be a part of the community again.
Hawks in a best-of-5 qualifying round. The Eastern Conference playoffs begin on the same day and will play out of Toronto. Now, the playoffs have 24 teams. That includes every Canadian team except for Ottawa. From Edmonton, Cheryl Tasascu, City News. Well, it's being called the worst.
All right, so that's pretty much it on that, Vegas Knights fans. So you'll know where to go if you want to go see a good old, hockey game there. Okay, and the best luck to whoever's going to win this year. But if you like this video, feel free to subscribe, like, and share. Check out some of the other videos. I'm going to be doing some stuff on the Raiders here. Okay. Footage out there at the stadium and all that, and you guys have a good evening. Till next time.